Hey, today we're going to talk about what to do when your slots are not available even though you are free. NeetoCal's troubleshooting feature helps you to figure out why certain slots are unavailable and what may be causing a conflict in your schedule. It tells you exactly what the reason is, so that you can ensure that your customers can find the right slots for them. Before we proceed with troubleshooting, there are a few things we must ensure. NeetoCal allows you to set your availabilities based on your schedule. First, make sure your availability is set up correctly. Also, ensure you have selected the correct time slots for your meetings. Only slots that fit within your availability can be booked by your customers. Additionally, check if any availability overrides have been set up for that day. If overrides are set, the available slots will be based on the overridden availability and not the default availability. After these checks, if the slot is still unavailable, we can utilize the troubleshooting feature. There can be several reasons for a slot being unavailable. Troubleshooting helps you find out the exact reason. Let's go over each possible reason one by one. First, let's discuss about overlapping bookings. Suppose a client wants to schedule a meeting with me on October 30th at 1 p.m. However, I'm appearing as unavailable on my booking page, even though I am free. In order to resolve this, click on the Start Troubleshooting button. Let's select the 30th and scroll down to the 1 p.m. slot. When I hover over the help icon, it indicates that there is a conflicting event, marked as lunch break, on my Google Calendar. Now let's go to the Google Calendar to check what's the issue. As you can see, on the 30th, I've blocked off 1 hour for lunch from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. If I click on the edit icon, I can see that my availability is set to busy, even though I might be free. Let's change this to free and save the changes. Now let's go back to the booking page and reload it. As you can see, I'm still in troubleshooting mode. If I select the 30th and scroll down to the 1 p.m. slot, it shows that the previously blocked slot is now available. Next, let's discuss the second scenario, that is lead time. Imagine a client wants to book a meeting on the 25th at 1 p.m., but as you can see here, I'm not available. Let's use the troubleshooting tool to check why it's happening. When I scroll down to the 1 p.m. slot, it reveals that the lead time of 1 day prevents this slot from being available. This means that invitees can only book a meeting 1 day ahead of the current time. Since the current time is within the 1-day window before 1 p.m. on October 25th, the slot is showing unavailable. To find the lead time setting, navigate to the Where tab. Here you can see the lead time is set to 1 day. To resolve this issue, either you can update the lead time or you can ask your client to book for a later date. Now, let's discuss the next scenario, which is buffer time. Let's take an example of 3 clients who want to book meetings at 3 p.m., 4 p.m., and 5 p.m. on October 30th. Let's say the first client has already booked his meeting for 4 p.m., and the slots of 3 and 5 p.m. are not appearing on the booking page. As you can see, now the 3 and 5 p.m. slot are unavailable, and if I hover over the help icon, it shows that the reason for the unavailability is a buffer time of 30 minutes before the meeting with John. Similarly, at 5 p.m., the reason is also buffer time. To check the buffer time, go to the Host tab. You can see that the availability for this meeting is set to all day. Then head over to the home page. Click on the Availabilities tab, and then the All Day Availability. As you can see, a buffer time of 30 minutes has been set before and after each meeting. This means slots falling within the buffer time will be marked as unavailable. To resolve this, you can remove the buffer time by clicking on Edit, set them back to 0, and save the changes. Now let's go back to the booking page and reload it. As you can see, the 3 p.m. and 5 p.m. slots are now available for booking. Now let's discuss the last scenario of meeting limits. Suppose a client is trying to book a meeting on the 28th, but the client cannot book any slot on that day. If I start troubleshooting and check the reason, it states that the meeting limit has been reached for the day. To understand that, in the Meeting Settings page, navigate to the Configure tab. Here you can find a card for limits. It shows that a meeting limit has been set to 1 booking per day, and since one client has already booked a meeting on the 28th, no further bookings can be made that day. To resolve this, you can either delete the daily limit or increase it. By clicking on the Edit button, you can increase the limit. Let's increase it to 5 meetings per day, and then save the changes. Now, as you can see, the 28th is now available for booking. And with that, We have covered all the possible reasons why your slots might be unavailable when you are actually free. If you're still unable to diagnose the problem, please reach out to us by navigating to the help icon and click on Chat with Support, and we will get back to you as soon as possible. Hope this helps.